Welcome guys, welcome to the very first episode of Take On Show. I hope you guys enjoyed our last session, looking at A versus. I hope you enjoyed it. But if you didn't enjoy it,
you have a problem.
You need to go and sort yourself out and go back and enjoy it. So this week we're talking about
mental health.
You guys know that mental health is a prevalent issue in our community, in our society, in the universities and campus, most importantly. And this week we decided to talk about it. We're taking on mental health. Just to give you guys an insight on what mental health is, we're looking at what is mental health, signs of mental health problems, causes of mental health, or maybe factors that generate the mental health problems we have in our societies and campus, like I said. We'll also be looking at how to cope with mental health problems, how to help someone close to you that has, mental health problems, and basically everything about mental health. We'll be sharing our personal experiences with you. We hope you relate to this episode, all right? Please tell us, what is mental health?
All right, I feel mental health includes our emotional, psychological, and social well-being as a person and as a human being, and it's something that affects how we think, act, and feel, and it determines how we relate to other people, how we handle stress, and how we make choices. So I feel mental health is something everyone should consider at every stage of their life because it's really important. Once you have a mental breakdown, it can really shut down a lot of things that are part of you, and it can, if you can't handle it well, it can affect people around you that don't even know you're going through that situation. So I feel it's something we really need to talk about and share.
When you're defining mental health, something came to my mind. So those times when I get angry easily, when I have this, I feel like I don't want to see anybody. So maybe it's my mental health that is
it's going through a lot. And then most of the times what we go through have a way of compressing it, oppressing, and then they just come in and it just affects us and we just blow out. You understand? So by the time we blow out, we just explode. It's what we call that mental breakdown stage, and that's when we'll be going into the signs of the mental health.
So looking at the signs of mental health, I know that mental health problems, they often causes you to lose sleep. You either sleep too much or you don't sleep at all. You eat too much or you don't eat at all. And I know this one that I've heard people say over and over again, when people say, I don't want to socialize, I don't want anybody to
you
talk
don't
to
just
me. I don't
feel
want
like having anyone at that time. You just want to be alone on your own. That point when you are alone, it can make you go into things like depression. So most of the times when you notice this thing, at least try to relate with people, even if it's one person you trust. Another thing that I also observe is that you can be so lazy about
carrying out
your day, your daily activities, something that you usually take to be very simple and you can carry it, but that day you just feel heavy, as if something is on you, one big load. So I think these are the problems.
They say it's a sign of depression, but it's also a sign of mental health problems, whereby you feel you are worthless. I'm not doing enough.
Yes,
I'm not doing anything.
You hear voices as if you're a failure, and then it starts giving you reasons to see that you are actually not in the right state of mind, in the sense that you don't have sense, or you don't just feel what's it in this life. You start remembering of your past experiences where you failed in one thing, either in relationship, and you start putting them together and you just start seeing reasons.
And academics.
Yes, and it starts making sense, and then you just feel like, oh my God, what's the need of? And that's when, if you can't handle it, you move into depression. And that depression state, if it's so serious, you now start thinking of how to get rid of your own life.
Okay, so let's further help people that are listening to us understand this mental health. If you have you ever experienced any mental health problems? Like, have you had a breakdown whereby you just know that something is wrong? Have you had such experiences?
Yes, I did. I thought it was my period, because I know period can also contribute to that, but I found out that our results came out and it wasn't as what I expected. Not that I failed it, because I didn't do, but coupled with other things,
other factors,
yes,
in your life.
That time we were working on this show,
and we were receiving a lot
of disappointment. So I felt so bad, and then at that point one day I came back. the person that did our video now, that edited the video, he refused to give it to me. And I came back with all the results, everything, with school assignments, everything was just stressful. I just came, lay down on the floor. I just said, you see why you never make it in this life. I look at this, look at that, look at how you... I started crying. I was rolling on the floor. My head was so heavy. Immediately the next day I came, I was even shouting at you, and you know, I was lashing out at everybody. Everything was just so annoying. Yes, I was crying. I was just literally crying for no reason. And that thing
didn't make sense. You know, when you were telling me that you were feeling sad because of this, because of that, it did not make sense.
I don't on a normal day, I won't even be sad about that thing. Yes, but that day it was just I even no, it's a very bad situation that I don't wish anybody to go through.
Okay, yes, so I also had my own experience, and it's not quite like hers. I didn't have any failure or anything, or not doing the way I would want to do at that time. Nothing. I was so happy the previous day. I think I even went out with a group of friends, and you know, I enjoyed myself. The next day I woke up and I felt suffocated. I felt like something was pressing down on me that day. And I thought myself, what's going on? I wanted to eat. I ate. I was feeling so sad. I was feeling very, very bad.
And down.
I think I called my mom and I spoke to her. It wasn't making me feel any better. I didn't want to go to school that day, but thank God it was on a Saturday.
Okay.
I just laid there. I wanted to wash, clean up. I didn't do any of those things.
You didn't feel
it was just so bad. I was feeling so bad.
Yeah.
And normally, you know, in the Igbo setting, they have this belief that when you're feeling that way, maybe something is about to happen. So I decided to pray. I prayed. Nothing was helping.
Yeah, I know.
I had to go and start watching movies. I have watched a lot of movies. My data, if I tell you the amount of data I finished that day, you pity my life. So like I was just watching movies, playing songs, and by the evening time I felt better.
Okay.
And when I went on and I started checking what was wrong with me, I found out that I was having a mental breakdown. It was stress. I was stressed. Mentally, physically, psychologically, I was just exhausted.
Now so you knew what worked for you, and that was movie. Exactly. Now that's where we would move into. The most important part is that what do you know that can work for you to come out of that state? Because that's the most important thing. Coming out of that place that you know that weighs you down. So you said movies. For me, I think most of the times I've just learned like being alone, because most of the times either I hang out with friends or I go to the cinemas. I just feel I things happen, and then I don't even care how much I will spend. I'll travel to Enugu just to go and watch a cinema. It doesn't mean I must carry anybody. I just go by myself, sit down there, watch a cinema. You know, when you're in the cinema, like you just zoom out from the world. It's as if it's only you, AC with your popcorn, and you're watching a big screen. Exactly. So you're just out of this world, and everything just seems like it's okay at that time. So when you come out, you feel refreshed. It's either I come out with ideas because of the movie I watched something, or because most of the times when I'm watching a movie I like to pick something from it. So when I'm coming out I feel refreshed, I feel happy, and then I just want to go home and sleep. So sleep too also has a way of you just rest because of the stress, because since stress can also accumulate to that, you just rest. After knowing what works for you, please rest. Sometimes have breaks from some things that can stress
TLC
you.
Moments.
When
you give yourself tender loving care. Now over the time I found out what works for me, what makes me feel like I need tender loving care. I don't need a man to give me tender loving care. I'm not a man hater. I'm not a family hater. I'm not a friend hater. No, I have friends, I have family, and I have people. But there are times where I feel I need to give myself tender loving care. And when I feel that way, it's either movies, it's either me dancing to a song in my room, or me just taking myself out to get ice cream, or even chicken. But you have to know your own tender loving care moment, what you need. Everybody is different. Like she says, it's cinema for her. It's going out to just traveling and rest.
Just traveling out of the environment that I'm going through. Because sometimes in this school you're just around, and then you're just stressed. You're entering the school thinking of how you enter school and everything, the environment. So it has a way of attributing to that.
Not just that, you need to get diagnosed, to know that for sure what is wrong with you is you have mental health problems or issues.
Yeah, because most people just conclude and just say that,
I concluded that okay, it was just a mental health issue.
But don't you think? If after you've tried all these things and they don't work, then you can seek the attention of a doctor.
Okay, I feel if the signs comes at you all at once,
okay,
that means it's at the severe point, and you really need to go and see a psychological, someone that is professional, someone that knows what he's doing or knows what she's doing. But if you're getting it one or two out of the whole signs we just listed, maybe you need to try my therapy, tender loving care. Give yourself some tender loving care. And you know, some things that help is that some people, they actually like being around people. For me, I feel like sometimes I'm drained from relationships and people. I just need to take a step back. But if you're a person that likes hanging around with people and you are facing this kind of issue, you know, you need to go back out, meet people, meet friends, socialize with people. It would help you out a lot. Then exercise is also very important. You just have to be active.
One thing that I will not forget to include that is also important is God. Prayer. Because I remember when that thing happened to me, I called my parents and I was telling them that, oh, this is what I'm going through. They started calling family members to tear them down. Family members now started calling me. It was not necessary to start praying for me. Okay, thank you for your prayers, but
you feel it's not necessary.
It's not necessary because I start feeling ashamed sometimes. So I feel sometimes telling parents I feel like you shouldn't tell parents.
No, I think it depends on the kind of parents
you have. Because there are some parents you will tell, they'll
blow it out.
Yes, like they'll start getting worried.
Now, I have such issues. They will not tell anybody. But what would they do is kabash. They will start you guys know the vibe now. From your village, from your father, from your mother,
all of them. But like my parents, you know, they are not close, so they now call someone in Enugu, so that they could, maybe if I want to go and visit them, to just spend the night. Let it be that I'm around family members.
And you know, people often think that when you're going through this mental health breakdown, that you're going to commit suicide. Well, you're not necessarily going to commit suicide.
Do you know, I thought of suicide. That was why I called my parents. I thought of suicide so much. Like the voice was just there. Why do you want to live when you know you still die? That's what I was hearing. Yes. Well, so that it just occupied my brain. I just decided to just call my parents. But in the sense, let me not leave from the fact that I was talking about prayer. Yes. Prayer is so important. God is there. He's watching you. He's expecting you to, you know, cry out to him because he's your father. He's your creator. He knows you more than even the doctor you are going to meet, and even more than yourself. So I feel like after the first thing is prayer, then take on with the other actions. Let God know that, okay, actually you sought for his help. You understand? I know that sometimes God has a way of delaying it, but don't wait on it. Yes, help surely comes, but don't wait. Still take action to, you know, treat yourself. So always pray and then commit your problems to God. That's what I just feel, because there's nothing God cannot do. Okay,
so basically what we're saying is, first things first, pray. Second, seek professional help. Third, get active. Know what your tender loving care.
Yes.
Get enough rest, rejuvenate, and, you know,
exercise,
rest, stay active the whole
day.
Take
breaks. So
that is it. The next thing we'll be talking about
is
now
relating.
Yes.
How to relate with someone who has
mental health issues.
So if someone comes to meet you and tells you that, oh, this is what is happening to me, how are you going to take it up with that person? You know, most people, they don't know how to, you know, meet people's needs that are down. They don't know how to talk to the person. They don't know the right words to say. Yes.
Or right things to do.
Yes. So I feel like
you need to talk to that person. Have a conversation.
Understand it.
Understand what the person is saying.
Yes.
It might not make sense, but just understand the person. Then
make it look like the person makes sense. Yes, so much.
Exactly.
Don't reject or judge.
At that time, you're just being neutral. You're just listening. You're a listener. You're not judging. You're passive. Say what you want to say to me. I'm hearing you. I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to act anyway. Just say what you want to say. Then after that, I feel like the next thing to do is understand what the person wants. The person might be like, I just want to die. just want to die. So when the person is, I just want to die, you know, you're supposed to leave
Either
that person.
hug the person.
Don't leave the person. Hug. Don't go about calling people. Calling the person makes the person feel defensive.
Yes.
Just be there.
Minus that, you make the person ashamed.
Exactly. Don't
call anybody.
Just be there, present as that person's friend or that person's family.
Yes. Keep him or her company. Be there for the person. Either take the person out or take a stroll, just out of that environment.
I know you might not have money sometimes.
Yes.
You might not actually have money to take the person to anywhere, but you can go to the stadium, you can go to a busy place where students are gathered, because someone will definitely do something funny there. Someone will definitely misbehave. You know,
or maybe if there is an event, you guys can just go
to the
event. You can just tell the person, oh, do you know that this, or they're having a pool party, or they're having this. You can just join the person and go. You know, when you're around, you meet new people.
So
you just come out,
just get to know what the person, you know, wants at that point, and follow the person by what the person wants.
And
don't
please
go imposing your actions or your wishes on that person. Learn to understand it. Follow the person according to what the person wants,
and learn to respect privacy. Please don't go about telling people about what your friend told you.
Exactly.
You understand? Look for a way and solution. Even if you want somebody to help you from outside, let it not be around people that know that person. Exactly. Maybe you can call someone outside that doesn't know, you know, the person that is affected. So you just tell, oh, this is what my friend is going through. Please, what do you feel we should do about it? And then maybe if that person is knowledgeable enough, then the person can advise you on how to go about it. But please learn to respect people's privacy.
Because if you tell someone about my issues, I will not tell you anything important again.
Never.
I will close up.
Never.
You would not even know that I know you told that person, but I'm just going to close up. That's
Never.
it.
If I have a problem, I would.
You know these lips, you are friends with the lips, not telling you anything. So respect people's privacy, reach out to them, know what they want to do, know how they want to do. But I think we're forgetting something important. We're forgetting how this mental health problem generates. So some people think it's spiritual problem sometimes.
Okay, it can be biological.
Exactly.
It can be stress. It can be trauma,
past abuse.
It can be from relationships.
Yes, and genes.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's hereditary from your genes. It just happens. Family factor. Maybe you have a family that has this history of having mental health issues.
Yeah.
So now, if you already know that your family members have this history of having mental problem issues, I think what you should do is seek help immediately, so that you'll be able to manage it before it comes at the worst. You know, you'll be able to seek help.
Once you start seeing the early signs, treat it immediately. Yes, it's just like malaria now. If you don't treat it, that's how it gets to typhoid.
You know, if your family has a history of cancer, before it comes to you, they already just go up and cut off your breast so that you don't have cancer. So if you know your family has a history of mental health problems, before it comes at you, go out to get it. Don't shy away from it. Okay, just go out and face it. Do you have any advice?
Don't be ashamed of your problems. Don't ever feel you're alone in something. Always know that somebody has gone through what you have gone through, and the person has made it out successfully. And one thing I feel is that let it not stop your productivity or make you neglect something that you are pursuing because you just feel like, okay, disappointments are coming here and there. It's just part of the process of growth. You understand? So you would always face one thing or the other that will try to bring you down, but see that as something that would, you know, push you. Yes, a stepping stone that would push you, you know. So use that method to like push yourself to go and, you know, continue growing.
And that's something I believe, when you go through an issue, or you're going through an issue particularly at the moment, in future you might come across someone and you tend to relate with people because of that thing you have gone through. You understand,
and you're able to
understand where they're coming from. So feel confident in yourself. Don't allow anybody tell you are less. Even if someone maybe shared your issues with the entire public, maybe your entire classmates know you had a mental breakdown, no need to shy away from it. Everybody has their own secrets in their own closet, not because they're not saying it.
And people are watching you. It's how you come out of it that would blow people's mind.
Exactly.
Yes. So come out of it victoriously.
Be strong, and you know, just be the best you can be. If you know you have a mental health problem and you want to reach out to us, maybe you want to talk to us personally about it, you could call Praise
08157900774,
or you can call me on 09024908218. You could chat me up or call me, anyone you wish. And if you want it to be a general thing, you don't want to talk to us individually, we're on Instagram at Take On Show. So just lay out your problems.
Problems, I will always be here for you.
All right.
You're not alone.
So thank you guys
so
for
much
watching.
for watching.